In this new course, we'll dive into another evolving field in deep learning, that is recurrent neural network in TensorFlow. I will explain what recurrent neural networks are and why and when we want to use recurrent neural networks. And then I will explain the basic mathematical representations, including the forward and also backward propagations. And once we have some background concepts, again, we will learn it by doing. We will build a recurrent neural network to perform image classifications. In the last part, we will learn why sometimes recurrent neural networks do not perform well and how we can solve these problems. This will lead us to the final part, that is the introductions of long short-term memories network and how such networks can solve one of the problems called vanishing gradients. And followed by this course, we will then have another hands-on exercise to learn how to configure and stack long short-term memory layers to form recurrent neural network for predictions and also classifications. There are so much content. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's go ahead and get started. Recurrent neural network are a class of neural network, and that is particularly useful for modeling one type of the data that is called sequential data, such as time series or natural languages data. Recurrent means that the output at the current time step becomes the input to the next steps. As such, at each element of the sequence, the model considers not just about the current status, that is the xt, not just about that, but also it remembers about the preceding elements. And in this case, we used the ht minus 1. A recurrent neural network uses a for loop to iterate over the time step of a sequence while maintaining their internal status that will capture the information about the time step it has seen so far. That means it's just not use the current input xt to predict the outcomes, that is the ht. However, but at the same time, it will also remember what it has in the past hidden status. Why do we need a recurrent neural network? It's because the plain neural network does not have any relationship between the input and output. And in this case, recurrent neural network will try to solve these problems. Let's say we have trained a neural network to classify image for various animals, like dogs and also the cats. For example, if we feed an image of a dog at time t, the networks provide an output with a corresponding labels. Of course, that is a dog. And after that, at time t, at t equals to 1, that is at time equals to 1, if we feed another image of a cat, the networks provide an output with a corresponding labels of course a cat. In this example, it is obvious that the first predictions will have no influence on the second or future predictions. That means predicting a dog at time t would not help in predicting a cat at time equals to 1. And therefore, outputs at time t's outputs here at time t equals to 0 have no relationship with the outputs at time t equals to 1. In this case, outputs has no relationships and neural network perform well so far. Let's consider another example that the current outputs have some influence on the future's inputs. Let's say we have trained a neural network to classify image of weather types. For example, if we feed in an image of a cloudy conditions at time t, the network provides an output with a corresponding labels cloudy. After that, if we feed in an image of a rainy conditions at time t equals to 1, the networks provide an output with a corresponding labels rain. In these examples, the first predictions might have some influence on the second or future predictions. Hence, predicting a cloudy conditions at times t equals to 0 would help in predicting a rainy conditions at times t is equals to 1. In other words, outputs at time t is equals to 0 might have the relationship with the outputs at time t is equals to 1. However, if we use a feed-forward neural network, the outputs at time t's would have no relationship with the outputs at time t's minus 1. That means here's the outputs at time t's equals to 1 have no such relationship between with the outputs at time t's equals to 0. However, with the use of recurrent neural networks, these challenges can be overcome to improve the predictions because outputs at time t's is fed back into the network. Therefore, outputs at time t's have some relationship with the outputs at previous status. Let's see how recurrent neural network overcomes the challenge. Let's consider a recurrent neural network in an unrolled form. To unroll a recurrent neural network, we can think of multiple copies of the same network. This is the first copy, this is the second copy, this is the third copy. And each network, each copy, passing its internal status to a successor. And this makes the data flow of the hidden state, the input, the output, and also the weight clear. These chain-like nature reveals the recurrent neural network are literally related to time series related to sequence. In this case, we have an input x0 at time t is equals to 0, which is fed into the first copy of the recurrent neural network. And then the network will, of course, generate a corresponding output h0. And then at time t is equals to 1, previous outputs h0 is fed into the network along with the input in the current status, which is the x1. The network will then generate a corresponding output h1, and based on previous output and also the current inputs. And this process repeats to ensure that the network can use previous outputs along with the latest input for the predictions or for generating the output h. Just back to our previous examples, remember that we have the cloudy conditions and also we have the rainy conditions at time equals to 0 and time equals to 1 respectively. So for example, in that case, we have an input x0 at time t, which is fed into the first copy of the recurrent neural network. And then the network generates a corresponding output that is the cloudy conditions. At the next time step, time equals to 1, the previous output, that is the cloudy conditions, is fed into the network into the next copy of the recurrent neural network, along with the current conditions. And combining these cloudy conditions and current conditions together, the network can generate a corresponding output that could be a rainy conditions. And of course, this process will continue to ensure the networks can continue to predict the weather conditions in the future. And this is how recurrent neural networks to form a chain-like structure and use its own predictions to improve future predictions. And that's it for this short introductions of recurrent neural network. In the next video, we'll learn its underlying mathematical representations. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.